A lot of people ask Dr. Eric Berg one simple question: what really happens to my body when I fast? Is fasting actually healthy, or is it just another trend? And he always smiles because fasting is not new. It's not a diet, it's a biological design, something your body was meant to do. Human beings have fasted for thousands of years, long before the idea of 3 meals a day even existed. Back then, there were times of eating and times of not eating, and that rhythm is what shaped the way our metabolism works today. The problem is, in the modern world, we've forgotten that rhythm. We eat from the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, and our body never gets a break. Dr. Berg explains that when you stop eating for a period of time, something remarkable happens inside you. Your body doesn't go into panic mode, it actually relaxes. It finally gets a chance to focus on something other than digestion. Every time you eat, your digestive system is working hard, producing enzymes, releasing insulin, breaking down food, managing nutrients, and storing excess energy. That's a lot of work. Fasting gives your system a rest. It's like giving your body a few hours or a few days off duty so it can focus on repair and cleanup instead of constant food processing. Most people confuse fasting with starvation, but as Dr. Eric Berg often emphasizes, they are completely different. Starvation is when your body is forced to go without food, with no control, no plan, and no end in sight. Fasting is when you choose not to eat for a period of time with full awareness, hydration, and purpose. In starvation, your body breaks down muscle and goes into distress. In fasting, your body starts healing and becoming more efficient. It's not about depriving your body, it's about giving it space to function properly. When fasting begins, insulin levels start to drop. This is the key. As insulin drops, your body switches from burning sugar to burning fat. Imagine your body as a hybrid car that can run on 2 fuels, glucose and fat. When you constantly eat, you're always running on glucose, short-term energy that burns fast and needs frequent refueling. But when you fast, your body shifts to the fat-burning mode. That's your backup power, your long-lasting, clean energy source. And this switch doesn't just burn fat, it also stabilizes energy levels, improves mental clarity, and resets metabolism. Darker. Berg often says that the real beauty of fasting lies in what happens deep inside your cells. When your body isn't busy digesting, it begins a process called autophagy, a natural cellular cleanup. Old, damaged cells are broken down and new, healthy ones are created. Think of it like your body taking out the trash and replacing broken parts. That's how fasting slows aging, boosts immunity, and supports long-term health. You're not weakening your body, you're upgrading it. So when people ask Dr. Eric Berg whether fasting is dangerous, his answer is always the same: fasting is not the problem. Eating too often is. The human body was never designed for non-stop feeding. Fasting simply gives it the time and space to do what it's built to do: heal, restore, and thrive. Dr. Eric Berg often says that when you stop eating, your body doesn't shut down, it wakes up. It begins to shift gears from food processing to deep internal repair. The moment you pause the constant intake of food, your body goes into a mode of regeneration. It's like the difference between cleaning a kitchen while someone keeps cooking versus cleaning it after everyone leaves. When digestion stops, your system finally has the time and energy to repair, detoxify, and restore itself. This is the point where fasting becomes truly powerful, not because of what you remove from your diet, but because of what your body starts doing on its own. Berg explains this process through a fascinating concept called autophagy. The word literally means self-eating, but not in a harmful way. It's the body's intelligent recycling system. During fasting, when nutrients are temporarily unavailable, your body begins to consume old, weak, or damaged cells for energy. It cleans out what's unnecessary and uses those components to rebuild stronger, healthier cells. It's a biological reset, a deep cleaning that can't happen when you're constantly feeding your body. Autophagy helps protect against diseases, strengthens your immune system, and slows down the aging process, all without a single pill or supplement. Another remarkable thing Dr. Berg points out is that fasting helps reduce inflammation. Every time you eat, especially processed foods or sugary meals, your body produces some level of inflammation as it digests and metabolizes those nutrients. When you stop eating for a while, you stop triggering those inflammatory responses. This gives your body the opportunity to calm down and repair tissues. Many people notice that their bloating goes away, joint pain decreases, and their skin looks clear after consistent fasting. And that's not magic, it's biology at work. Your body simply gets a chance to heal when it's not busy dealing with new food every few hours. Hydration, according to Dr. Eric Berg, is key during fasting. Many people think fasting means avoiding everything, but your body still needs water and electrolytes. Water supports detoxification. keeps cells hydrated, and allows your liver and kidneys to flush out toxins that are released during the repair process. Without hydration, fasting becomes stress instead of healing. That's why he often reminds people that fasting is not about suffering, it's about balance, awareness, and giving your body what it truly needs. He also emphasizes the mental clarity that comes with fasting. When you're not digesting food all day, your brain doesn't experience the same energy crashes. Your mind feels sharper, your focus improves, and even your mood becomes more stable. This happens because your body starts producing ketones, clean, efficient fuel derived from fat that feed your brain far better than glucose. It's one of the main reasons why people who fast regularly say they feel awake from the inside. Dr. Berg often describes fasting as a dialogue between the body and the mind. It's not just physical, it's emotional too. You learn that hunger is not an emergency, that your body is capable of incredible things when given the chance. You begin to respect food instead of depending on it. And that realization that your body can heal itself, that you are not controlled by cravings, is one of the most powerful transformations fasting can bring. Dr. Eric Berg often reminds people that when you fast, your body doesn't lose energy, it actually gains it. That sounds strange at first because we've been conditioned to believe that food equals energy. But the truth, as Dr. Berg explains, is that the kind of energy you get from food is temporary, unstable, and dependent on sugar. When you constantly rely on carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises and falls throughout the day. You feel energetic for a while after eating, then suddenly tired, hungry, and irritable again. It's a constant roller coaster, and your body becomes trapped in that cycle. Fasting breaks this dependence and allows your system to switch to a cleaner, more sustainable fuel, your own body fat. Dr. Berg calls this process metabolic switching, and it's the key to stable energy. When insulin levels drop during fasting, your body begins to access stored fat and convert it into ketones. These ketones are like premium grade fuel for your brain and muscles. Unlike sugar, which burns fast and leaves residue, ketones burn cleanly and provide a steady flow of energy. That's why people who practice fasting report feeling more alert, mentally sharp, and emotionally balanced. There are no energy crashes, no mid-afternoon slumps, and no uncontrollable cravings. Instead, you feel focused and calm because your body is no longer screaming for its next glucose fix. According to Dr. Eric Berg, the brain especially loves this shift. When you are constantly feeding your body sugar, your brain becomes inflamed, foggy, and slow. But when you fast, inflammation decreases, and ketones provide a smoother, more efficient energy source. People describe it as mental clarity, a sense that thoughts are sharper and focus lasts longer. Dr. Berg explains that this happens because the brain's neurons thrive in this environment. Ketones protect them, reduce oxidative stress, and even stimulate new cell growth. In other words, fasting helps your brain repair itself while improving your ability to think and focus. Dr. Berg also highlights the emotional and psychological stability that comes with fasting. When your blood sugar stops spiking and crashing, your mood stabilizes too. You don't feel those anxious energy bursts or emotional lows that come from fluctuating insulin levels. Instead, you feel centered. Many people who follow Dr. Berg's fasting guidance say they experience a deep sense of calm they never had before. It's not just because they're burning fat, it's because their hormones, like cortisol, insulin, and serotonin, begin to balance naturally. The body and mind finally start communicating properly again. Dr. Berg often jokes that once your body becomes fat adapted, you become free. You're no longer controlled by your appetite. You can go hours without food and still function perfectly, even better than before. That's the sign that your metabolism has healed. Your body remembers how to fuel itself efficiently. Instead of being a slave to constant meals, you gain control. Fasting, he says, doesn't weaken you. It gives you power over your own biology. It's not about eating less, it's about teaching your body to use what it already has. That's the real energy transformation fasting brings. Dr. Eric Berg often emphasizes that one of the most powerful transformations during fasting happens inside the liver. Most people don't realize how overworked this organ is. Every time you eat, especially meals high in carbohydrates, processed oils, or sugar, your liver has to process all that energy, store it, and protect your body from the excess. Over time, this constant workload leads to fat accumulation inside the liver, what we call fatty liver disease. Dr. Berg explains that fasting gives your liver the break it desperately needs. When you stop eating for a while, insulin levels drop, and the liver finally gets a chance to release stored fat instead of collecting more. This simple reset can dramatically improve metabolism, energy levels, and even your mood. He often compares the liver to a powerful factory that never closes. Imagine a factory that's running 24/7 without maintenance. Machines start to wear down, production slows, and waste piles up. That's what happens inside your body when you're eating all day long. But when you fast, you close the factory for cleaning and repair. The liver begins to flush out toxins, clear excess fat, and produce more bile, an important fluid that helps digest healthy fats once you start eating again. This detox process is not something you can buy in a bottle. It's something your body naturally does when given time and rest. Dr. Berg says that's why so many people notice clearer skin, better digestion, and improved energy after a few weeks of fasting. Their liver is finally catching up on maintenance. Fasting also restores the liver's sensitivity to insulin, which is a key factor in reversing metabolic problems. Dr. Eric Berg explains that when you constantly snack or eat high-carb meals, your liver becomes resistant to insulin signals. That means glucose starts building up in the blood instead of being properly stored or used. This leads to weight gain, fatigue, and eventually prediabetes. But fasting resets that system. When you go without food for several hours, insulin levels remain low and the liver becomes responsive again. It learns how to manage sugar and fat properly, which helps your entire body function more efficiently. That's why fasting can play a major role in reversing type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and stubborn belly fat. Dr. Berg often calls fasting a system reboot for the liver. Just like you restart a computer when it's overloaded, fasting gives your body a fresh start. And this reboot doesn't just affect the liver, it influences every organ connected to it, including the gallbladder, pancreas, and digestive system. Once the liver starts functioning efficiently, digestion improves, nutrient absorption increases, and energy production stabilizes. It's like switching your body from sluggish mode to high performance. Another point Dr. Berg highlights is that fasting helps the liver produce ketones, the clean energy molecules that fuel your brain and muscles when sugar is not available. These ketones not only improve focus and energy, but also help protect the liver itself from oxidative damage. So fasting becomes a complete cycle of healing. The liver heals the body, and the body in turn supports the liver. Dr. Berg believes that this process shows just how intelligent the human body is. It doesn't need constant food. It needs balance, rest, and respect. When you fast, you're not depriving your body. You're giving it exactly what it's been waiting for, the chance to repair, regenerate, and thrive.